Yesterday, just before the stream, I was actually talking with Go, duo streamer who plays a lot of variety games and now also has dived into Warframe and has gotten familiar with it. And it was really, really cool meeting him because it's always funny to meet Warframe players in different stages. I say that there's the honeymoon phase of Warframe where you just gotten into this game and it's like, my god, this is so great. This game, ooh, this game is the best in the world because I get everything for free. I get free story, I get free characters, I get free gameplay, and it's so expansive. It looks so good. It's like it puts AAA to absolute shame, you know, you have that. That's the honeymoon phase of Warframe. Then you get into the middle phase of Warframe where you start to see that this perfect relationship that you thought you had with the game kind of has some flaws. And it has some deep, deep flaws where it's like, hey, you know, I really, really enjoyed the raids, but they just took them out at some point in time and then they never gave anything back, even though they said on that dev stream that there would be something with towers and shit. And wait, you're telling me that was 6 years ago and we haven't heard anything yet? Fuck. Or you have something like, man, you know, I can't wait for the next new war quest that's going to be coming out next year, right? Because they teased at the TennoCon. Well, I need to wait for that for 4 years? What? You mean, no, there can't be. I mean, they just showed off a teaser where they took the Lotus away and now gave us a very annoying glitch version. They're surely not going to do that for 4 years. Are they? Or, man, I'm a Conclave player. Honestly, it's like, at that point in time, you start to figure out, because Warframe does so much, which is so great when you enter this game early on, it's like, my god, this game does everything. But because it does everything, it also kind of does nothing perfectly. And that's fine, because it's a free-to-play game, you know. If you want to have a perfect story game, go play perfect story games. If you want to play a perfect open-world game, go play Fallout, the older ones. You know, there's many, many games that will do things better than Warframe because they specialize in it, but Warframe is one game that does everything together. So it's kind of funny when you see people kind of like edge onto that, like, that middle phase, and then you can also have the burnout phase where you play this game for so much and you're kind of like, God, man, I hate everything about it. I'm gonna delete my YouTube channel because I hate it. I think that the Warframe burnout is something that is mostly felt with content creators because what you find with content creators is very much if you grow up in a game, you start out with like one single game and you grow really big in that. And then you kind of want to cash in on that, so you keep on cashing in on that until at a certain point in time, you just burn out the game, but you don't want to stop it because it cashes you in. It gives you cash, so you keep going and you keep going and keep going until you can't anymore, and then you want to make that switch, and then everything crashes and burns because you can't make the switch, and you blame everything and everyone except yourself, and then, you know, that's it. You know, I think it's really when you're kept on pushing beyond the limit, and that is something which I think content creators in general do have to take some responsibility for, because it's not like the game is necessarily designed for someone to be playing it 12 hours every day, day in, day out. Because if it was, then no one would be able to complete it. No one will be able to get there except for people that, like, stream the entire time. So obviously they're going to run into a wall, and then they're going to have to keep on going until even though there's nothing to do. And then as they do that, you know, like, they're going to lead to burnout. It's like, yeah, you know, kind of expected, and then they keep pushing because there is a greater incentive to keep staying with the same game even though it's no longer fun, even though what Arturia says is like, hey, you know, there's also other games that you can play and enjoy. It's also like within this game you have like logging in with your clan. We had back in the day we had to rule over like log in once every 30 days, and we were quite lenient with that, even though some people were like logging every week or logging once every 2 days because we got to keep on doing the raids. We got to do the missions, we got to do the weeklies, the dailies, and there's so much stuff that like keeps you want to keep on playing that yeah, you know, it can be quite tying you down. And yeah, I kind of forgot about that. It's like, yeah, you know, like there is such a social structure within this game that also keeps you going. Log in once every 30 minutes, Treble says. Man, I like that attitude. We should have kept that in our clan rules instead of the log in once every 30 days that, well, actually, we can just go take a look. Let's go take a look. Be sure to log in once every 30 days. Oh, happy hunting. Because that sounded fun back then. Let's go take a look at last logged on. Let's go take a look here. So here we have Brudamon who logged in 22 hours ago. That's good. Regis logged in 1 day ago. We had someone 17 days ago. Oh, look. 54 days. 763 days. 161. Yeah, at least you're not like 2,200 days. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. But hey, they're just like low rank like soldiers like Jin. It's not like it's one of the founding warlords that hasn't logged in for 2070 days. I'm quite disappointed that my day is ruined as one of the founding warlords that my fellow founding warlord has broken our one and only rule. That's just too depressing. But hey, at the same time, who cares? I deserve the same shit because, it wasn't until long ago that I was in the same boat. I didn't play Warframe for 3 years, so who cares, right? So basically in Warframe, you have the three types of players. The honeymoon phase, which thinks that the game is fantastic. You have the middle phase, where they've kind of realized, it's a good game, but there's some faults. And you have the burnout phase, where you're just like, I can't take it anymore. I can't deal with this game anymore. Screw it, and I hate it. And yeah, I think that like every single bit of the extremes, you kind of tend to fall in the middle to be the most balanced, fair and balanced. But then again, if you're in any of these phases, I mean, feel free to feel the way you feel, because if you feel like this game is the best thing since sliced bread, then honestly, like, you're right to feel that way. Because, I've been in that place too. This game can look very, very good if you see the promise and you believe in the hype. Then again, if you've seen enough hype come and go, and you've seen enough systems just be taken out or just be forgotten about, I can also understand that you may feel like, well, I'd rather wait and see until I, get too excited. And if you're completely burned out because, the game's kind of mistreated you and, you've been doing this for years and it hasn't really gotten you to where you want to be in life, and there's just more to life, hopefully, than just playing a single game, right? Then there's also a point to say that for, right?